Are you looking to use the LightShark for DJ or EDM lighting? In this video, I want to walk through some basic setup tips and show you some of the ways I like to set up the LightShark for this type of lighting. All right. The first thing we've got is our groups, okay? I have 3 sections of lights here, and I've made some intensity faders for them on the first 10 faders of my console. Now, if you're on an LS1, that's going to be the 10 faders that you have. If you are on an LS core, this could be on a screen or a MIDI controller or something like that. All right. So first I have the intensity of my wash lights. I've arranged them, some in the back, some in the middle, some up front. All right. And so we're good to go there. Then I have a fader for my back ones in case I want to get them separately, and my mid and front if I want to get them separately. All right, so at any point during the show, I can have all of them, or I can reduce down to less of them, and then maybe flash on the others, etc. Next, I've got my spots. They're left and right over the audience. So this is just a small rig, left and right. Boom. So we got those. We'll turn those on. And I've taken these guys and I've laid them all out. So what in a group? So I took my master groups from the console that get patched when you patch. And then I select the master group, record it again, and edit that to actually go with the physical layout of the lights. This way, when we build the effects, we're able to use the shapes built into the effects in the LightShark. Check out the other videos on our channel for more info there. Last, I have my blinders or my pars behind the DJ. All right, so these I just have a simple intensity fader on, and I like to use fader 10 always for my blinders because then no matter what I'm doing on my left hand, my right hand is always available there to grab those at any point that requires them. Now, I took faders 8 and 9 and dedicated them to effects, speed, and size faders. More on that later. You can find those in the beta versions and newer by going into the menu and setting them here in the show settings. Again, I'm in version 1.4.43C, and versions of this and newer will have this feature. Next, I've set up a couple faders for zoom. That way I can adjust the zoom of my lights as desired. Okay, how does the rest of this show file lay out? Well, I've gotten groups, first of all, for my front, back, and mid, left, right, top, and bottom, as those are the easiest groups that I like to work with within my lights. So there's a couple ways that I like to run a show like this. One, I've got my playbacks. So as mentioned, I have a whole page of intensity playbacks that you could run on the physical faders of the console. That's what I like to do here when I'm using an LS1. On the second set of faders, I have a number of effects defined here. And I also have the Chase Master, Speed Master fader. If you use chases, you can use that there. The second set of faders would either be on an LS wing or on a MIDI controller or just on the screen. Okay, the ability to be able to bring these up and down gives you the ability to move those around. More on that in a minute. All right. On the executors page, then, you can use as many of these as you would like, but I just take out and separate by type the different executors. So you can see here I have colors for each type of light. I have positions as well for the moving lights. And I've just done 4 here, but you can do more. And then I've got some gobos for my spots as well. Last on my playbacks, I have a strobe fader. So this one is going to make them all strobe. For the pars, I didn't have them patched in a mode that has a strobe channel, so I used an intensity effect built inside the LightShark. Running your show. When it comes to running your show, you can use the faders, 1 through 10 being intensity, 11 through 20. Make use of the flash buttons to flash lights on and off during your show. A good rule of thumb when working with different intensity faders are to go ahead and make sure that A, you don't press find and accidentally record other parameters into the faders like I did here in this example, And B, go ahead and have your lights off more often than they're on. Okay, the lights should only all be on at moments that are really powerful in the music. As you can see, even with a small rig like this, you're able to get a lot of looks out of it just with these pages and really be able to go along with the music. As you bring in effects, I set the effects up under their settings so that the fader controls the effect's size. But as we have different effects going, we can totally go ahead and bring up our effects speed fader and modify the speed. This is a master speed, and so it's going to apply to any effects you create in the past or into the future. You're able to modify this here as you create. The biggest thing is to have fun. Enjoy working with lighting. The last thing that I like to do when I'm working with a page like this is I like to bring things up on the fly. So having things on our executors, having them ready to go and playing these different faders back as we go is good. It gives you some options. But you definitely get the most options when you also have the ability to select lights and put them in different palettes or presets as you go. We can use our different palettes and be able to work with them on the fly, changing out our color to something different, maybe even working with the color picker live and on the fly to be able to create some interesting looks. The same goes with pan tilt, the same goes with intensity. You can sit in a palette, you can sit in a preset, have a position up here, and then go ahead and move that live and on the fly. So if the DJ's doing something like this, you can follow what they're doing with the music, with the lights, on the encoder wheel, or just on the screen of the console. Trigger a basic effect, maybe. Build whatever you want, and then you can bring it out using blind, and bring it back in, turning off the blind, or clear completely and go back to the state you're in. Running lights for DJ or EDM type acts can be a lot of fun, and there's a lot of things you can do on the fly. We hope this video helps you see some different ways that you can set up your LightShark to get the most out of your next show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the channel.